Good morning folks and welcome back to the channel. Another week looking ahead, but also at the beginning of this video and at the beginning of the week, looking back at the week behind us. It's been a bit of an up and down week. We're in a very strange time in crypto at the moment, and honestly these times can only ever be followed up likely by either of one of two things: a huge downtrend or a huge uptrend. There's a lot of signals in the market at the moment for LUNC and for other coins, especially Bitcoin. A lot of keen traders, a lot of people that have been trading for a long time are seeing good signals. We're also seeing these real positive signals in the LUNC community, and a lot of people will sit there, they'll be in disbelief, they'll watch this video, they've got caps locked on and they are ready to come back at me. But honestly, if you just go to news outlets currently, okay, all of these articles I'm going to show you have happened within the span of the past 3 days. Each article is positive. So this is kind of like what I see this in my head as the old lady shop theory. When you start hearing in the shop an old lady talking and going, "Oh, have you heard about that Shiba Inu coin?" You know it's time to sell your Shiba Inu coins. We're running into a time now where all of a sudden, boom, we've got a lot going on, okay? We're not diddle-daddling, we're not changing what we're doing every couple weeks, and we're not changing our heading. We've got a bearing, okay? We know where we're going, we understand the process, and guess what? Because we are doing all of these things we should be doing, not creating dramas on social media, we're being paid attention to now all of a sudden. Previously, you just weren't seeing articles. You just weren't seeing them. We've even seen a couple of articles where they quote some of my Twitter tweets, which is really interesting to see. So this article, you've got Terra Classic price analysis, chart pattern sets LUNC price for a 20% upswing, enter now. These are the kind of things that we want to see, especially for a video on Monday morning where we correlate all of these days back, like I was saying, within the past 3 days. You've got them talking about the L1 team working to bring USTC to $1. With this USTC repeg, the word incremental could probably confuse people, but it simply just means step by step in stages, like stairs. So this, once again, seeing good stuff, seeing references to tweets and actually seeing positive tweets instead of seeing these kind of back and forth arguing, bickering, and just not setting a good example, especially for these players in the crypto news sector that write articles. They, for whatever reason, this is what they do. If they earn money off of it, fair play to them, but this is what they do. They seek good news. They don't want to keep reporting bad news. It's not good for business. Terra Classic set to receive a major upgrade. We are set to receive this upgrade, and yes, it is huge because there's so much that comes after parity, but also it's an open road. It looks like we're going to be following the USTC repeg, seeing that testnet environment coming up. It's absolutely awesome. So once again, moving forward, Terra Classic finally implements major upgrade. Can this take LUNC to 0.1? Actually something that is remotely possible, and not seeing this $1 thing, which is, it's blasé, it's predictable. And seeing something that can actually happen in one of these articles, it's good news for us. It's absolutely good news. Again, Binance supporting, this one actually runs back to the 23rd of May, but I thought this one was important because I need to point something out. It doesn't matter what we do with the ban tax, even if we set it to 99.9%, Binance would still support because they're whitelisted. They're not affected by this system. Of course they're going to support it, but guess what? We needed this tweet. You know why we needed this tweet? Because we need it from the man himself. We need it to come from the horse's mouth. We need the world to see what's going on. This is what it's all about. If you remember back in May last year, you know, around a year ago this time, right? Well, where were we? Well, we're exactly where we were now. And I believe the reason why we got here is just because of the sheer incompetence of people that have been in the positions of leadership and then, you know, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. All of a sudden, we've got this L1 team. And like I said in that podcast, when everyone was giving him grief, everyone was giving him jip, and it was just a big back and forth. And it's like, the way you come back from this is so important. The reason why is because where we're not changing things, we're not changing our direction of heading, we're not suddenly making a U-turn and going the other way. We've got a bearing, and that's what people want to see. They want to see a goal. And with this long-term goal comes all of the projects that come under the belt. Hopefully people are going to start getting a little bit more involved in projects when because we can see it, that there's been a huge exodus of wallets, of people just simply getting out the LUNC space. This is what we need right now in this quiet time. We need all of these news articles. You can just go on any of the news outlets. Bloomberg's really good. Just type in LUNC and see how many people are actually talking about this. And the joke is, right, all of these influencers that have left, all the ones that are reporting on Elmo, Pepe, not even showing attention to any of the actual projects that are going on and people that are building. Once the RPM's good again for LUNC, and this will be when the price starts to go back, they'll come back because they get paid more per view. Okay, it becomes worth their time to do. That's why you see them chasing meme coins. That's why you see them chasing what's current and what stays current. It's really, it's a savage industry, and I don't ever see myself ever becoming like this. I believe in this too much. It's been a year, and guess what? When I was like one of the first men in, if not the first man in, to LUNC to try and bring good news, to bring positivity, to figure out that Binance actually were burning and they had a big plan, and they've definitely got a big plan. But seeing all of these articles coming together, absolutely huge. So as for this week, we have got a lot going on. We've got Redline Drifter coming on. We've got Lunk Burn Army coming on. As to these two burn protocols, neither of them want to come on yet because they are more or less worried that they're not going to be able to answer questions, and they want to be able to answer all of the correct questions. And it's like, it's a podcast, dude, you're not going to be able to answer everything, and you're more than welcome to bring, a second or third person. So don't know what's going on with those podcasts. I've seen people asking about them. I've done what I need to do from my side. It's totally down to them after that to make that leap, to make that jump, to speak for themselves. That's the importance of podcasts, is, you're hearing it as a man-to-man conversation, someone who's not afraid to ask questions and ask the hard questions and questions that might, rile someone up. And it's all about these exchanges in these conversations because they seem, more on point. You're getting to know the person behind that proposal or behind the movement or in those positions of leadership and stuff like that. And then we can also ask a lot of the important questions that we here at HCC and in the HCC community want to ask, because we simply see a lot of stuff avoided elsewhere. People, they bury and they hide a lot of things and not really addressing and just staying on the positive points regardless of what's behind it and things like that. I'm not really having so much of a heading, but always just simply following what's hot, what's not, and simply staying away from the what's not. And it's really important for people who are in that influence position, because everything for them is it's money, it's a job, it's what they do. They've figured out the algorithm likes that, and guess what? When their money goes down, they don't like that. It gets them stressed. They're not going to be able to go to their little gym memberships that they have every other day and drive their fancy cars and things like that. If they want to maintain that lifestyle, they have to maintain their style of content. Folks, have a really nice morning wherever you are. Do remember, you can mint a Project Lunk Burn NFT on Miata. You can also hatch a penguin on hccfactory.com if you feel like it. We've got some good news coming for Penguin Island. Like I was saying, there's a lot going on this week, so buckle up, hang on tight, because anything could happen this week. All I know is a good thing that stays in my mind is that day when all of a sudden the price just completely done a reversal and we just started moving upwards until we reach 13x. I'm really hoping we go through a phase like that again. And what I'm really hoping is people like you who are listening, take profits in those situations, secure your investments, and then take a little bit more. And, don't be afraid to pull out, because we just don't know when these bull runs are going to happen. And you just can't, as much as you want to support a coin, you want to do all these different things. You're one individual person, and it's, you're always going to want to be involved with something that's hot and not be involved with something that's not. Folks, have a really nice day. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anyone pretending to be me, and stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and catch you in the next one.